Let's begin here tonight. With the holidays drawing to a close, traffic volumes are expected to increase ahead of New Year's Day on Thursday and many returning to work on Monday. SABC News reporter Calvin Dludla is at the Hoek Toll Plaza near Heidelberg, where the Gauteng Transport Department and law enforcement authorities are conducting a stop and search operation there. Calvin, a very good evening to you and thank you so much for your time. Firstly, give us an update of what officials have been able to find since they started with this operation.
Good evening to you, Bongiwe, and to our SABC viewers at home. Yes, indeed, we are at the Hoek Toll Plaza. That is where law enforcers are conducting a stop and search operation. Tomorrow, Bongiwe, is the 31st of December, the very last day of 2025, and police are hard at work with Gauteng Traffic Police. They are searching cars here. They are making sure that everything is smooth as most people are coming in of the province of Gauteng. But let me introduce the head of department, Roche Mohoros, who will be able to tell us more. Roche Mohoros is the HOD at the Gauteng Community Safety. Thank you very much for your time. What have you observed so far?
Thank you very much for inviting us to come to address you. Look, what we have seen thus far are motorists and travelers coming back from wherever they were back into the province. There are tourists that have decided to come and spend the rest of the year in the province of Gauteng. However, there are minor things that we are picking up that travelers are bringing from other provinces. For instance, there are those that are bringing small amount of drugs that have been seized by the police. There are those that are bringing minor weapons like knives and so forth. But the message that we are really sending out there to the tourists is that we want to have a peaceful end to the year. We want to have a peaceful festive season. We want to have a peaceful end of the festive season. But we are also saying, we are warning those that want to come back and cause trouble in the province on the roads, that we are here. We are showing our force on the roads. We are showing our determination to keep the province safe.
Talking about the small amounts of drugs that were brought by some of your visitors coming from different provinces to Gauteng. I saw there was a taxi that was stopped by your officials. It was from KwaZulu-Natal, judging by the number plate. One of the passengers had a number of dacha or marijuana. What does the law say on that?
Remember that the law allows for recreational consumption of dacha. However, there is a limit in terms of the amount that you can carry for recreational purposes. Once you breach that limit, then you enter into the illegal space. So the amount that you saw that was that the traveler was having was still within the limit of recreational smoking.
How did you know that?
What do you mean? How did I?
Because you don't have you didn't scale it.
We're dealing with?
You didn't measure it. How do you know that it was within?
Remember that I think if I'm not mistaken, you for recreational purposes it has to be less than 2 kilograms.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What are other things that they are bringing that they are not allowed to bring to the province?
Remember, especially in the public transport space, you are not allowed to consume whilst en route. So these are the type of things that we are looking for. So that's the first thing. But importantly, there are issues around weapons that we are also looking out for. It's not only on this route from KZN, but on all the arterial roads that we are managing. For instance, last week we were on the N1 north towards Limpopo. We were ensuring that some of these things are not carried out of the province into the other provinces. There were, and it's an issue that I think we need to address. There were issues around vehicles that were leaving the province that were reported to have been overloaded. So those are the type of things that we were looking into to ensure that really there's safety on our roads.
How are they behaving though? Are they cooperating when you stop them?
Motorists are. I must indicate that even the passengers are cooperating. We've never had an incident where there was no cooperation at all.
I don't want to tip off the passengers, but this operation will still continue, maybe up until what time?
Today we will be here until very late. We are not going to say exactly what time, but we will be here until very late. It's a rolling operation that we have on a day-to-day basis, especially now that we are closing off the year. We will be carrying on as well into the new year when we are welcoming back our residents.
Your message to them now, especially those who are coming from outside of the province visiting Gauteng?
The message is that we want Gauteng peaceful. If you are coming back or you are holidaying in the province, bring peace. Don't bring anything else. However, our presence on the roads is to ensure that our roads are safe. Our presence on the roads is to ensure that there's law enforcement. Our presence on the roads ensure that people adhere to the rules of the road. So the message is very clear. Stick within the law. Don't do anything that would put you into trouble with the law enforcement agencies.
Okay, thank you very much. They are telling me to wrap. That was Josh Mohorosi, the head of Department of the Community Safety here in this province of Gauteng, saying that the operations are running smoothly, confirming that there was a passenger that was caught with marijuana, but he is saying that the limit was fine, so that is why they had to let go of that passenger. The operation is still continuing. Cars are being stopped, they are being searched. Josh Mohorosi confirming as well that passengers are cooperating. Back to you in studio, Bongim.
All right, Calvin, thank you so much for that update. We'll continue then to check in with you to see how things are developing where you are. SABC News reporter Calvin Dludla live for us at the Hoek Toll Plaza that's near Heidelberg.